right, so welcome back to Studio 39, aka the Bear Cave. I'm Rob Odie. This is Spotlight 39. Just like we do every time, we got another young man with another story to share. Before we get into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you turn your notifications on. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Give us that big like. We're trying to blow this thing up. We're trying to grow. We're trying to get these stories out there. Now that that's out the way, man, let's get into you. Tell us who you are, where you're from, what you do, graduating class, all that good stuff. We're gonna have some good conversation. The floor is yours, my man.
Metamora, Illinois. Name is Andrew Polhemus. I'm from Metamora, Illinois. I'm in the class of 2021. I play offensive line, mostly guard and center. A little bit of tackle here and there when they need me, but mostly guard and center.
So class of 21,
Yes, sir.
offensive line, right?
Yep.
And you're committed to where?
Ole Miss, University of Mississippi.
There we go. You can't leave that out the intro, right?
All right.
Good deal, man. So we'll get to what led you there here in a minute. But first, let's talk about the football season. So if I'm not mistaken, unfortunately, you haven't got to play football yet for your senior year. That's coming up in about a month or so. So with the extended amount of time that you've had to prepare, what have you been doing? What have you been working on? What has your focus been? What have you been doing with this extra time?
Basically, like you said, I just look at it as an extended off season. I've been trying to grow as a player, and so I've been in the weight room hitting weights. I've been training with my trainer. I went down to Texas. I went to a couple camps and met a lot of good people, and a heap of knowledge from all those guys down there. Duke Manyweather, O-line mastermind. He created that. My position coach while I was down there at the Final Five in Texas, Andre Garode, 5-time Pro Bowler, played center. So been growing my knowledge as a player and been hitting the weights hard, trying to get back in the weight room and grow as a player and grow my knowledge. So coming up this season, like I said, it's an extended off season, hoping to dominate.
Yeah, man. You've been busy, right? You've been
Yes,
taking
sir.
trips. You've been working with some real high profile, basically know it all guys, which is fantastic. You've got the right people in the corner
Yep.
to get you to the finish line, to get you successful, and that's awesome. And then you haven't even scratched the surface with the senior year yet, right?
Nope.
You've done all that college prep to play your senior season. So I'm excited to see what that's going to turn out like, right?
Yes,
But
sir.
in the meantime, right? So you've been doing all the great things, right? But what if I were to talk to all those folks that are helping you out, all that good stuff, what do you think the one thing that they would unanimously tell me is probably your biggest strength?
I'm not the biggest guy or the strongest guy every time I step on the field. Throughout high school, I've had my fair share of injuries and it set me back a little bit. But my mindset coming out there, I might be an underdog. I call it an underdog mindset. So I'm not the biggest guy. I'm only about 6'2", 6'3", 6'3"
Okay.
on a good day, But when I step out there, my mindset's just different than everybody else. I'll go out there and dominate. My mindset, you like, if I've worked harder than you, you're not gonna beat me.
That's it. It doesn't matter the skill set, the anything, right? If your work ethic is better than the person beside you, you're going to
Yep.
succeed, right?
Right.
So very well put, right?
Yep.
So super excited to get to have you play a senior season first and foremost, and then even more excited to watch you step out the field and play on Saturdays. But let's find out how you got there, right?
Yep.
So I'm assuming you've got the academics. So we'll kind of jump through that part. What's your GPA looking like? How's your grades?
It's sitting right at about a 3.0. So
Fantastic.
right now my grades are A's and B's. I'm doing pretty good in school. I'm just trying to finish out this semester. So I start classes in the summertime at Ole Miss. I think I'm taking about 2 classes starting here in June.
Awesome.
So just on the course to graduate right now, and then get about a 2-week break and a 2-week break, and I'm right back into it. So
There you go. So we've got the grades, we got the academics, right? Now let's get into the exciting fun part, man. Let's talk about the recruiting process.
yep.
Was it a long process? Was it pretty short? Did you know right away? What led you to Ole Miss? And let's kind of just take it back and start where it all began. What was your breakthrough moment, that really sparked the recruiting process for you?
My breakthrough moment was probably the offer from Ole Miss to walk on. So I didn't get a scholarship offer. I'm not a full ride athlete, and they gave me an opportunity to walk on, and that was really the first school to give me that opportunity to
Okay.
play at that level. So Um, you know, I had smaller schools offer me and whatnot. Like I had multiple D3 and AIA, like smaller school offers, but I knew I could get like in myself. I thought I could compete at the Division 1 level, so I wanted to push myself and you know, shoot for the stars.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
when
yeah.
they offered me that walk on opportunity, I knew I wanted to take it and see where I could go with it.
Good deal,
So
man. So when you say that, the first schools that started coming knocking, right? Was
yep,
it your senior year, junior year? Like when did the first program come and say, "Hey, we're interested. Let's talk more."
it was really like at the end of my junior year, I'd say.
Okay.
So it was kind of later for me. You know, I'm unranked, I'm a 0 star, but now I'm walking on to
Look,
Ole
man,
Miss. So
stars are just that, right? They're stars in the sky.
right,
They're
right,
great to have, but the end result is, you and what you do and what your
yep,
story, what your story tells. So, stars are great, but they are what they are. But go ahead, man.
yep. So yeah, I mean, my recruiting process hasn't been the best. You know, I wasn't one of the higher ranked guys, but
Sure.
um, I feel like I could compete with them, and that's what I really wanted to do. I wanted to go down to Ole Miss and prove to myself that I can.
Good deal, man. Look, that's a story in itself, right? Because you had the opportunity to go to a smaller program, an AIA, a D2, D3 type program, but you saw it inside of you that you knew you could play, higher level ball, right? And no
Yes, sir.
disrespect to any program under them, but Ole Miss is a pretty big deal, right? So you
Right.
get the opportunity, you get to walk on, you get to show out and really make a name for yourself, right? And
Yep.
by doing so, you have the opportunity to earn the scholarship. And whether you
Right.
get it or you don't, you're still living out a dream. You're still getting your college degree, and whatever the future holds is what it's going to hold. But you at least are in the right direction. You're on the right path. So super excited to watch it unfold, man. So
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate you sharing that. But let's do this. Let's pause the whole sports talk. Right?
Yep.
We can see that you can play ball. You're going to Ole Miss. That's a big
Yep.
deal. But what we can't see is who you are as a person. So this is a great opportunity for you to show anybody that's watching, coaches, any of that good stuff, right? Or other student athletes just looking to better their knowledge, right? Who are you outside of the game? So when you're not playing ball, when you're not working out, when you're not thinking about it, who are you? What are you involved with?
So I'm an outdoorsman, you know. When I get the time, you know, I'm super busy, like you said, with the sports and everything. But when I get my time, I like to go out and with my friends. I'm in a really small town. We got one stoplight. We got one stoplight in my town. So
There we go.
um I'm a big outdoorsman. I like going fishing. Used to go duck hunting a lot. So
Okay.
fishing and hunting, you know, big fishing and hunting guy. Recently I just joined a youth group called um, um I'm really enjoying that. That's what I do in my spare time now. So
Good
hunting,
deal, man.
fishing, outdoorsman, and youth group.
Man, that's awesome. So you got all that, plus the
Yes, sir.
workouts, plus the training, plus the trips out of town to train some more. And then you get
Right.
to go to college, right? So, look, man, I appreciate you sharing this story. I'm going to close this thing out with the same question I do every single time. And that's what motivates and what drives you to want to wake up tomorrow and be that much more successful than you were today.
My family, man. It's like the small town kid, big city dreams. You know, um, I want to be able to provide for my future family and provide for my parents that sacrifice everything to give me what I need to be and put me in the position I need to be. So they drive me to push myself every day and become the best man possible. So, you know, I just want to return the favor to them and give them the world since they gave me the world. So,
Look, man, that's very well put. I think you're on the right track to make that happen, make that a reality. I wish you nothing but the best. Obviously you got a season coming up, so stay safe, stay healthy.
yes,
Let's
sir.
run this back. Let's stay in contact. For the viewers out there, keep doing what you're doing, man. Let's blow this thing up. Let's share it. Let's subscribe. Let's do all that fun stuff. I say it all the time. I'm Rob Odie. This was Spotlight 39. Until next time, we'll talk. All right.